So we want to give you guys an update what's going on with the Hyundai and LG situation.
What's going on today?
Well, basically, if you don't know, Trump messed with Hyundai and LG.
Not just that, Korea.
And Korea, that's a good point. So the reason why this matters is Trump's picked a lot of fights, but he doesn't realize like he's picking a fight with
The wrong person, wrong country.
Yeah, you guys know this, right? Hyundai, LG have very deep pockets. Plus, you pissed off the whole country of Korea, who also, collectively, politically, are not going to let this issue die, right? It's a very, very different than if you just pick on one individual. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
But like pissing off a whole country with financial support, it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like this. Like if you get in a car accident, depending on who you get in a car accident with, like you have different consequences.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, actually, when you're first driver, when you drive first, we always say if you see the expense car, Rolls Royce, just avoid that. Not even go too close.
That's actually a really good example.
Yeah.
Okay, but not only just Rolls Royce. I was thinking about this one because this actually happened to me. True story. When I was in college, a university vehicle hit my car.
Oh.
And it was and here's the funniest crap. My car was parked. I was not even in the car. And I noticed like something was wrong with my bumper. I totally forgot about this. And there was a note of like, Chris, blah, blah, blah. Because the person who hit me was driving a university car and they even knew who I was and they recognized my car. But like they were a university, like person. So it's not them personally, but it is the university. Yeah. So what's going on, which is really interesting, is the Korean news is now talking about like this old lawsuit against Trump. Do you remember what year this was?
2018 was first term of Trump.
Yeah, and basically I'll just give you the basic gist of it. There was a raid on a meatpacking plant. They arrested like 97 people, so it's like a lot. And this is even bigger than that. And then it broke down to, this long story short, some of the people had legitimate complaints against the Trump people, went all the way to Supreme Court, and they ended up winning. And then it was like ended up being $1 million settlement on just a few, because it wasn't all 97 had legitimate claims, because people keep asking like, hey Chris, what's going on with, because I think was it 475 total? Because the Koreans,
like that.
Yeah, so and we don't actually know, to be honest, we don't, because people have been asking about this stuff. I know it's like around 300. Do we have the exact number of Koreans? Is it like 300?
Yeah, we do have the exact number.
Is it 314 maybe?
Remember.
Over 300. We'll leave it, make sure. And then there are still people from other countries, which I want to just I admit, because we don't actually know which countries and how many exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But there were like Chinese, Japanese, Indonesian, maybe in other countries.
I think maybe someone from Japan also, a couple people.
Yeah, Japan.
So I can't speak tonight. I'll look it up. Next video I'll look it up. But if I see anything, but everyone's going to be in a different situation. It's same with the car situation, depending on who you get in a car accident with, how much legal support they have behind you. But given what happened back in 2018, basically what it was, they also separated what happened to the workers and what happened to the boss, which are two different things, right? So you have multiple issues, and each individual person will have separate set of circumstances, and it boils down to, can you sue ICE or not? Did ICE, break human rights? There was another, and remember,
absolutely,
what's that?
Break the human right. I think that's everyone knows.
Yeah, I would say 100%. In the 2018 case, they were detained. I think it was something like 12 to 14 hours, something like that. I think that's something like that. So less than a day. In the Korean situation, how long were they detained?
About a week.
Yeah. So think about this. Back then, 12 to 14 hours. Trump loses this case. Okay. Here we're talking about detained for 7 days. And you detained, again, well, the Koreans maybe over 300, then you have other people as well. And I can't speak to other people, so I can't speak to that. But the point being that there's going to be some people in there that I would say have a winning case for sure. I can't say for sure. I'll say have very good lawyers, and because like what's right now the government's going is like interviewing everyone in Korea, like what happened to you, right?
And plus you mentioned about the Tennessee case, I saw the video when they go get them.
How about 2018?
Yeah, 2018. Yeah. I think big difference is, when the 2018 case, when ICE people, at the factory, they kind of run away.
Yeah. So this actually matters
So they have to
because
chase each other.
yeah. Because anyone can get hurt, and then the ICE people can say, oh well, in English we say resisting arrest, and then you can say, oh, you're resisting, and that is the charge. So we're arresting you for resisting arrest. They'll do that kind of crap sometimes. What's that?
But the Korea case, everyone, ICE people
Right.
get there and bring your visa, and this is my visa, this is visa. What's going on?
Yeah.
I have legal visa. What are we doing here?
Yeah, and I'll give you an example of a case. So one person was like, "I just gave a presentation. I have a business visa. What's the problem?" and I think they were only there for like a couple days. There's going to be a lot of cases like that where what's that?
And I think the ICE people answered, "Oh, I don't know. My boss just arrest everyone."
Well, I've heard multiple things. Well, since this is where it gets tricky because. Let's just say, for example, you had half the ICE people did it right, half didn't. This kind of stuff you don't know because there's so many people involved. And the other issue is going to be, and this is where it also gets tricky because some people don't trust the Supreme Court. Just be honest, because like they say, oh no, Chris, the Supreme Court always sides with Trump.
But those kind of people, they don't trust anything.
Well, okay.
Only Trump and God, I guess.
Yeah, and their gun. But I'll just say this: you never know what's going to happen with the Supreme Court with this stuff, right? You just don't know, and. The Supreme Court, the people there, they're going to go through all these cases. This case is going to be big. It already is big because it has a big impact on immigration. I was thinking international business because sometimes the Trumpers, I just mentioned Trumpers. I like to just read their comments. They'll say, "But Chris, they have no rights in USA." Okay, so let's just think about that for a minute. Do you want international tourism or not? like for say people, do you want people to come to Disneyland? Is that real money or not?
Yeah.
Right?
Of course it's real money.
Right? So the reason I mentioned the Disney thing, just forget about Hyundai for a minute, is that...
how many hotels in New York?
Yeah, it's a good example. So like, let's say anyone comes from anywhere and stays in a hotel, right? And then let's say American police or whatever just decide to arrest anyone that they want. If that is the case, if that's the law of USA, do you think anyone would ever want to come to USA for any reason? Right?
There's no reason.
It's because this is how Americans behave, and just everyone kind of knows this. If an American, say for example, takes a vacation in Mexico, and let's say the Mexican police decides to arrest you just because they feel like it, like the person's going to be like, "I'm American, you can't do this to me, I'm American." That's kind of. Yeah. But and to be fair, I think pretty much everyone would say the same thing. Like, but just I want to put you in another shoe. Go to another country, and if they arrest you for any reason, right? So I think the Supreme Court, if they decide, for example, against Koreans that are legally in the USA, that would just absolutely destroy any kind of tourism or business.
No more business.
Yeah, because then the case would be like, okay, if you're not a citizen of USA, you have zero rights. Now, because constitutionally you do have rights. I want to make that clear. If you're in the United States, you do have rights, but the Supreme Court would theoretically have to overturn, because Trump's trying to change like all of our rules in USA, basically.
Basically, change the rule to no rule.
Yeah, well, okay. I guess the rule would be no rule, or the rule is whatever Trump tweets out, right? So we cannot go into that system. That's why I wanted to mention that we say severity, like how serious this situation. So that's just an impact of international relations or international business. But like then you get into the immigration law, who you can sue or not sue, because back in the 18. I think one of the issues was like, is ICE immune? Meaning that, are they above the law? It's another way to say it.
Yeah, but...
What's that?
I don't know, then that's insane.
Oh, if you say like...
Yeah, they don't have ICE any charge. Yeah.
You guys see this, like this whole thing's insane. Or, because one of the issues we have right now is like whether or not Trump is above the law. So at the moment, Supreme Court's kind of on Trump's side, because I think the ruling is, if Trump does official business, you can't sue him. But what's going to happen after Trump's not president? I mean, that's going to be, he could, in my opinion, he'll face all sorts of stuff. Because this is just one case. I mean, just imagine all the stuff he's doing.
He already had a lot of cases before, but he's became president, I think.
I know. It's for us Americans that are not on the Trumper team, it's like a deep shame. It's like, how does it even make sense? Because one of the things that we're always talking about is like, okay, whether or not you like Trump, or if you want to like live in a law of land or or land of law or not law, like literally kind of voted on that. Like, and some people are like, I don't care about the law. Trump's got nice hair and he's got orange skin, and I like people with nice hair. Well, the joke, of course, but I think though things will change. How can I say this? American like public opinion, this is any country, they can change very quickly on things.
Sure.
Public opinion can shift very, very quickly. I know that there's some Americans that like completely ignore any of this kind of stuff. That's a percentage, but there's always going to be people in the kind of middle. And as more news gets out, like for example, guys, like when the Korean stuff first came out, I just said I'm just not sure. Like I was reading all the stuff. It doesn't look good. I guess like on the surface, it absolutely doesn't. Don't just go arrest people that don't run away or do anything, and they literally show your papers and then throw them in prison. You don't want to do that. And then you'd hear from Fox and you'd hear from the Korean side. But then the biggest difference now is when the Koreans are home, safe. You're not in detention center. No one's pointing a gun at you. And like you can just
government and company support you.
Yeah, and you can tell.
Plus, a lot of press they want to hear about more stories.
Oh, absolutely.
So yesterday there is the interview with the pregnant woman in the prison.
Right.
And she said, she's pregnant. Even when they had an interview with ICE people, she even showed her plane ticket. I'll go back to country. I'll go back to Korea in. A week later, so I just here for just business trip.
Because literally, I'm pregnant. I can't stay that long, probably.
Yeah. But she got she said the prison.
Right.
And you know what? She's pregnant, so she cannot really eat the bad food.
Oh.
Right.
I understand.
And when she got the food, the smell was bad. The food smell was bad, so she couldn't eat because.
That's actually really bad.
Pregnant woman, they cannot even eat any medicine.
Yeah.
When you're sick, so
this is actually really bad.
She didn't want to sick at all, so she couldn't eat, food. So I don't know. So after she got back to Korea, she ran to the hospital immediately. But luckily, the baby was healthy.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, but still she has a nightmare every day.
Yeah.
And she wake up. Am I in the prison? Am I in the prison?
Yeah. And this is something that do you guys sue for this too? Like you say, I have mental stress or like.
We do have that, but it's hard to prove. But in this case,
sure.
People will go to mental hospital.
No, I was just asking because in the USA that's always the situation. I have physical damage, I have financial damage, and I have mental damage. Right. So. Yeah, this is a really, really big case. I'm just trying to think back in history, and you guys can write in the comments if there's any cases similar to this where like you arrested so many people, and it's I had to mention in the beginning.
So many legal people.
Yeah. And because here's the thing that's just it's unfair about the world. It's just unfair. If you got money, you can defend yourself. If you don't, it's harder to. Even if you're in the winning case, because in the 2018 case. Basically, the people who are able, and they're meatpacking, workers. Essentially, you have groups in USA who don't necessarily work for money. They just want to help, people for the civil rights, which is the way it should be. And I, support these groups. I'm just saying that this is a situation where you picked on a group and they won. So without like massive financial backing, they beat Trump. And here's the situation. I mean, you got a lot of financial backing and a good case. I think there's going to be a lot of headaches for Trump going forward. I really do. You guys don't see the news all the time here in Korea. It is a major issue. I think. What's that?
Maybe the 2018 case. It took 3 years, right?
Yeah, it was a couple of years. It takes a long time.
So Trump think, they can sue next year, this year, it'll be the next term. Now it's not on me.
Yeah, right? Well, I think the difference is though is when you got money behind you, you can hurry things up. You make it a big public issue, so from my point of view on this one, Korea should partner with other countries to like raise awareness of all international business in USA, international tourism, etc., and just really put pressure. And I understand the Trumpers don't understand this stuff. I get that. I'm not because like even the woman in Georgia like still seems to think it's good to chase out jobs, and it's like as that if makes any sense, but. But there's going to be like I always emphasize this on the channel. There's so many like people that oftentimes you just just don't know about this issue. It doesn't mean they don't care one way or the other. It's just not in the news. And it seems like just the last couple of days, I just saw it arrive in the American news because the article was Korea's investigating human rights. That was in our news.
It's been over a week now.
Yeah, but it just wasn't. Well, I mean, Trump does so much stuff. You know, he's blowing up ships in Venezuela.
Not even ships, little boats.
Oh, boats. But I keep using the word ship. It is a boat, so that's correct. And he's actually killing people there. Plus, he's sending the military to multiple places. Like he's doing so much. I mean, but all these cases at once. I mean, it's this is why Trump's the worst president in history. And then you got the economy taking a dive as well. And it's just a total nightmare. So anyway, just wanted to give you a perspective on the Korean stuff. It's not going to go away. Same way that people say Epstein stuff is not going to go away. I mean, there's any number of things. But this, like I said, deep pockets matter quite a lot. It really matters. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Catch y'all in the next video. So bye.